The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody on the YouTube land and X land and in TikTok land? We are definitely live at you guys on this Monday morning. What a beautiful morning it is, guys. We are ready to get up. We're ready to get after it. We are ready to get into these markets. We may have a recovery coming our way, but there's some things on the macro level that we need to look at that absolutely can have some negative impacts on where we go with this market, guys. There is some negative things out there that we have to pay attention to, that we have to look at, that we have to make sure that we are 10 toes down on right now, because this market could turn on us in a heartbeat. So this right now is where we got to stay 10 toes down. We got to be on this thing. We got to get ready to, watch our money, right? That's what we got to do. We got to watch our money. We got to make sure our money is safe. We got to make some money. And that's why we're here. We're here to make money. We're here to do our thing. We're here to look at things. We're here to go through things and really start to move, guys. And, but the market has turned around a little bit in the last 24 hours. But like I said, there's some macro stuff that we have to pay attention to. And if you want to stay profitable in this market. So definitely one of these things where we have got to be on it. And we're going to go through it this morning. So I want to say good morning to everybody. You guys smash that like button over there on YouTube, smash that share button as well. On X, go ahead and hit that heart button, hit that share button. On TikTok, you guys just gotta go ahead and share this thing out on TikTok, and go ahead, keep smashing that like screen, guys. Keep smashing that screen, get them hearts moving. Let's see how many likes we can get moving over here on TikTok, and get this thing up in the old algorithm. That's what we need to do. We are definitely live though on this beautiful Monday morning. It is a beautiful Monday morning. Anytime you wake up, it's a beautiful morning. But we are definitely going to get into the market and get moving. Look at the overall stock market. We're going to look at the cryptocurrency market. We are going to figure out what is going on, what we have to watch for, and what today is going to bring for us. Because it is a big day here. So, big couple days that we got to pay attention to. So what's up, Junior? How you doing over there, brother? Happy Monday, Junior. Hope you're doing well. My man. Ken, good morning. Good early afternoon to you, my man. How are you? And how's everything going on? How's everything going for you over there, Ken? You doing good? Crypto markets, we're turning around, man. We are turning around. Michael, good morning. How are you? Grand Rising, my brother. Grand Rising. People starting to filter in here, and we're starting to move. Yeah, we're good, Ken, man. I'm glad you're good over there, man. Over there again, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button on YouTube. Hit that share button on X. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that share button as well. On TikTok, keep smashing that screen, guys. Keep getting them hearts flowing. TikTok likes to see that. So, keep getting them hearts flowing. Keep tapping that screen. We're going to get into the market right
now we're going to see what we got coming our way. So, you know, as we come over here, we look at how the Asian markets did last night. They didn't do too well, you know, they didn't trade well. There is signs that the China economy is starting to turn around a little bit, but that is yet to be seen. We'll see. But the Asian markets did not trade well last night. Got the European markets over there where my man Ken is right now, over there killing it right now. Ken is over there just absolutely throwing money into this market, making me look good again on live stream with the markets pumping up over there, and the European markets are pumping. So we definitely like that. Go ahead, Ken. Keep pumping them markets, baby. Pump it up, man. European markets are doing well this morning. They're trading well this morning. United States pre-markets over here, definitely all in the green, looking solid, looking good, looking like we're going to have a halfway decent day to open up the markets. We'll monitor that as we move along. So what are we watching out for? What are some of the things that could absolutely tank our market right now? Is right here, government shutdown. We're about 39 hours away from a government shutdown here in the United States. There is a meeting today between Republicans and Democrats to see if they can get this thing filled out, figured out on a short-term basis. But definitely have to get this thing figured out because the government is ready to shut down in about 30, 39, 38 hours, somewhere up in there. And if the government does shut down, guys, expect the markets to tank, the crypto markets to tank, the stock market here in the United States to tank. The EU markets will probably see a negative impact off of that as well. So, you know, pay attention to what's going on. And Trump has said that if the government shuts down, as you guys can see from this headline here, that he is looking at probably some mass firings here. And this is going to be a sticky situation, and definitely going to be a nasty conclusion to a government shutdown here. So definitely not what we want to see, definitely not where we want to be, and definitely not what the markets are going to react positively to. So if we can get a good meeting today between the Republicans and the Democrats, and we can get some positive news coming out of that meeting, I think that you'll see the market send. But this is definitely not going to be good for the markets if the government shuts down, and definitely not going to be good for anybody's investment. So again, guys, go ahead, you know, hit that like button, hit that share button on all platforms. On TikTok, go ahead and keep smashing that screen over there on TikTok. You know, so keep us up in the old algo. What do you say, Junior? Government shutdown. When all, listen, man, the last thing we don't want is a government shutdown here. You know, the markets are already kind of struggling to keep the levels that they're at right now. You know, the crypto market's just starting to recover. And we definitely don't need a government shutdown, even if we get an extension, right? You know, 30 day, 90 day, 60 day, whatever kind of extension we get will be a positive sign for the markets. We definitely do not need a shutdown. Scottish, good morning, my brother. How are you over there? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, we definitely do not need a government shutdown at this point. It's going to be negative for all the markets, guys. So, you know, not anything anybody's voting for at this point. So, I mean, I know people want to play around and be like, "Oh, shut it down, do this, do that." You know, let's send a message. You know who gets hurt in a government shutdown? The average person. That's who gets hurt. The politicians don't get hurt. The politicians don't get hurt. Nobody else gets hurt. It's really the average person. That's who gets hurt in a government shutdown, guys. So, you know, with that, you know, we'll go ahead. We'll move into the cryptocurrency market here in a minute. So, shut down. Yeah, we're about 38 hours, 38 hours, right? So about 38 hours away. Get your Aster. I think Aster's gonna move, man. Aster's gonna move. It's gonna move pretty good here. Barring any of this negative news, right? Like, we can talk about what's gonna move, what's not gonna move here in just a second, but it's all irrelevant if the government shuts down. It's you're gonna go into recovery mode at that point. So you're gonna go into a downhill slide here. If that happens, the markets will not react positively to that. Tesla's down 12%, $440 right now, and Nvidia looking at 178 right now, up 0.5% on the market. So Nvidia, Tesla doing well, Apple's doing well. All the Mag 7s are doing pretty good right now in this pre-market. So definitely looking pretty solid over there on the stock market, like I said. But we shall see what happens as this as we get closer and closer. Big meeting today, though. Big meeting between the Republicans and the Democrats, and this is where you have to put your your pride aside and get a deal done. You know what I mean? Got to get a deal done. Got to make the sausage. Got to get a deal done. I don't expect a big deal to get done, but I am hoping for an extension so that these guys can work some stuff out. Right. So I'm hoping for an extension, and let's see if we can keep this government running for a little while. It will negatively affect the United States markets as well as the European markets as well. So Asian markets, I don't think as much. Crypto markets, definitely it will affect the crypto markets. You'll see a big slide back. You may see Bitcoin go to, if the government shuts down, you may see Bitcoin going back down to 108, possibly 105. Possibly 105. So definitely not where we want to be. So like I said, keep smashing that screen over there on TikTok, man. TikTok likes to see the hearts flowing over there. So keep them hearts flowing. So just keep them moving. So getting over here in the cryptocurrency market, what we have the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index right now sitting at 39. Definitely in fear. We buy in fear, we sell in greed, right? So now is the time to kind of still be dollar cost averaging in to the market, but I would do this with caution over the next couple of days. I would definitely have some dry powder on the side, definitely sitting on the side, waiting to see if this market pulls back a little bit. But now still a good DCA time. Just do it with caution and do it with little bits at a time, because right now you're going to be trading off a news cycle as to what is going to run, what's not going to run. It's all going to be based off the news cycle. It's all going to be based on how these talks go, reports coming out of these talks, so on and so forth. That's how we are going to know if this thing's running or not, right? And getting over here to a little bit of the news that we have going on, just to kind of touch on a little bit of some cryptocurrency news. You got Gate.io that is going to launch a decentralized DEX with longs and shorts and perps on it. So that's going to be interesting to see. That is getting ready to launch, if not already launched. So Gate.io is definitely moving into the decentralized DEX, and I think that this is where it's at, guys. You see Hydra Liquid came out. Now you see Aster out. And now you see Gate.io kind of jumping on the board, doing the same thing, right? So definitely people are starting to realize that the money is definitely in the decentralized DEX right now. So definitely you got Bitcoin whales that have started to accumulate Bitcoin during this downturn, which is good for Bitcoin because you got a bunch of whales that are accumulating, hopefully holding the floor. So definitely like when Bitcoin whales start to accumulate, because it kind of holds the floor a little bit for us. So we definitely like to see some of that, right? And then it's about it. Well, we got ETFs, right? ETFs, October, I think there's 17 or 18 ETFs that are slated for approval. We'll see if they go through. We'll see if they can get through the SEC. I don't think that the SEC is going to launch them in a market that's down. So I don't think they're going to launch them in a market that's down. So we'll see if the SEC goes ahead and approves them ETFs and moves this thing forward. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm not a big proponent of any ETFs getting approved until we get the Clarity Act that comes through, the cryptocurrency legislation. I think that that's kind of what the SEC is waiting for, and we shall see if that Clarity Act gets pushed through. But that Clarity Act will not get pushed through until they can get the budget taken care of. I mean, the government shutdown taken care of here in the United States. So you're not going to see any of that happen. It just keeps kicking the can down the road, right? Further and further. Got a total cryptocurrency market cap of $3.86 trillion. As you guys can see, the cryptocurrency market cap is definitely starting to tick up here from where it was just on Friday. We were at like 3.7, somewhere up in there, 3.7, somewhere 3.75, I want to say. So we're definitely ticking up, putting more money into the market, 3.86. And this is good news given the fact that the Ethereum ETFs seen their biggest outflow last week since their launch. So definitely with the market cap ticking up and the ETF seeing a huge outflow is definitely one of the things that we have to look at and say that's a positive thing. And the negative ETF outflows that came out in here on Friday, you had Bitcoin and Ethereum at a negative $674 million. Obviously, with Bitcoin being the biggest, leading the way at about 418 million, somewhere roughly in there, and Ethereum at roughly $256 million of outflows coming out of the market. So definitely with these negative outflows, the fact that the cryptocurrency market cap is still continuing to grow is a good thing. And if we can get these things turned around today and get some positive inflows as the market starts to open, I think you'll see these projects, these Ethereum and Bitcoin, absolutely start to take off. So I think we're good. I think we're going to be good there if we can get some positive inflows going back into them ETFs. We're going to push that price back up. You see Bitcoin's dominance right now sitting at 57.8%. Still too high for an altcoin season, guys. Bitcoin dominance has definitely got to come back down to that 55% range, somewhere in there. We got to be somewhere in there for altcoin season really to take off. Ethereum dominance still under 13%, sitting at 12.9%. And this Ethereum dominance has got to kick up. It's got to move to the upside in order for us to get an altcoin season. You don't get an altcoin season, guys, with the Bitcoin dominance as high as it is, right? So we don't get a moon there. We don't get that parabolic run that everybody's looking for as long as this Bitcoin dominance is still sitting as high as it is right now. Glenn, good morning. Good morning, my brother. How are you? And then we got $1.06 trillion of longs and shorts out there looking to be liquidated. And we know that 1 trillion mark is the big mark. This is where the market makers usually start to go in and really start to manipulate prices, right? This is where they start to go in. This is where they start to manipulate the prices up and down. So definitely pay attention to this $1 trillion mark. It's a key mark for market manipulation. So definitely altcoin season sitting at 67 out of 100. It's up about a point since Friday, and that's strictly due to this market cap inflow here. So definitely not an altcoin season yet, though. So let's pay attention to what's going on. Got to pay attention today, guys, because you can start to see right now on the daily prices look really good. You got Bitcoin sitting at 1,000 $112,000 right now. Ethereum's holding on to this $4,000 mark, sitting at $4,105 right now. You got XRP sitting at $2.86 right now, struggling a little bit, but it's holding on. You got BNB busted back above $1,000, man. BNB is just absolutely shining, and this has a lot to do with Aster as well. You see a lot of the money flowing through the BNB chain, but yet at the same time, you see more and more people starting to get over there on Aster as well, and start to utilize that particular DEX that sits on top of BNB. And because it sits on top of BNB, you see BNB's inflows into that particular blockchain start to move up. And as they get more and more volume over there on BNB because of Aster, you're going to see this price continually move to the upside. So, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. Selma, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother, man. How are you? Happy Monday morning to you. But yeah, definitely the BNB chain is definitely a beneficiary of the Aster token right now, because of the inflows. And speaking of Aster, where is Aster sitting at right now? We have Aster sitting at $1.86. Pulled back a little bit over, Friday, Saturday. We look at it over the week. You look at the week low. Let's see, where is the week low on Aster here? $1.82. So you look at that week low sitting at $1.82, and the week high sitting at $2.37. So we're somewhere roughly right around in the middle of that price action right there. So definitely Aster starting to move, which is starting to move BNB's price up to the top as well. So definitely like BNB above $1,000, man. We've been on BNB since the bear market, and saying that this thing was going to go, ever since the bear market. And then CZ had his issues with the United States government, tanked the price, and now you're starting to see the fruits of that labor starting to pay off. And make no doubt, CZ will be back, and he probably is going to take a, I don't know. CZ still running BNB. Call it what you want. Call it from behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. Do what you want, but CZ still doing it. Days away from Q4. Yeah, we'll get to Q4. I think Q4 is going to be a big quarter. We just got to get through this government shutdown, right? We just have to make sure that the government doesn't shut down. We got to get a deal gone. You got to get a deal made. Got to get the sausage cooked up there. And people got to put the pride aside. They got to do what's right. And, we get this deal made, man. Q4 could be a huge, huge, huge quarter for crypto in general. You got November, you got the ISO protocol that are getting ready to be rolled out. You got ETFs that are waiting to get approved. You got the Clarity Act that's still sitting out there, that's so close to a vote, that just needs to have some time, right? And none of that gets done, as long as the government shut down. We got probably rate cuts coming in here in October as well. So, there's a lot of good stuff that could come in Q4, but none of it happens if the government shut down. None of it happens. And that's the secret sauce right here. 150K BTC, and I think in a year, 150K BTC in a year. Yeah, I think that can happen. I think that can happen. Because I still believe that we're going to be into a super cycle here. If the macro can line up, I think we'll be in a super cycle here in all of the markets. I think we'll be just fine. We'll be into a super cycle. We'll be able to push these prices to the upside. And some of the reasons I think that we're going to go into a super cycle, and people kind of go back and forth about this, but we're in a situation right now where crypto has never seen this type of situation before, right? You look at it and you have the ETFs that are just continuing to roll out, which is bringing institutional dollars into the market, unlike we've never seen before. You've got the ISO protocol. You have the ISO regulations that are getting ready to roll out here in November, and that's all brand new. The cryptocurrency market has never seen that before. So these are two catalysts right there that when you look at things for what they are, these are brand new to the market and never been priced into a bull run before. We talk about certain cryptos being in their first bull run. Well, you're going to have the ISO regulations being in their first bull run. You're going to have the ETFs being in their first bull run right now. So all of these things coming together, I think that you have to expect some sort of super cycle that's coming our way if the macro lines up, right? And that's the big if. That's the one that's looming over top of this whole market that nobody really wants to talk about, is this macro that we have going on right now, and everybody kind of is dodging this. You see a lot of influencers are dodging this, or I don't even call ourselves influencers. A lot of people that sit in front of this camera and just give their opinion, they're dodging the fact that the macro could tank this market and could tank this market pretty good. I'm telling you, man, there's nothing good that comes out of a government shutdown for the markets. There's nothing good. Nothing happens. Nothing moves. Everything stalls, and prices continue to go down. So a lot of people don't want to talk about it. And the other thing that a lot of people don't want to talk about, a lot of these other people that's in front of these cameras, is the fact that retail isn't completely here yet. And one of the reasons that retail is not completely here yet is because inflation is so high. So retail doesn't have the money that they had during COVID. They don't have the expendable money that they had during that C19, right? They don't have that type of cash just to throw into the market. So that's going to affect retail as well. So not a lot of people talk about them factors, but I tell you, that's what's happening. That's what's going on right now. So the majority of the money that's sitting in cryptocurrency right now is institutional money. So, but we talked about Quant on Friday. It was sitting at $88. You're looking at 101 right now. So that would have been a good trade if you would have took that trade on Quant. $88 sitting at 101. Definitely doing this thing right now. Definitely like where Quant's sitting right now. We like Quant above 100. We like to buy it when it's below 100. Like to see it sitting above 100, right? Definitely, that's the mark where Quant feels the most comfortable, is above 100. And I think that it can stay there. SPX 6900. You guys know I'm big on SPX 6900. I think this thing is going to absolutely make a monster move. It actually dropped below $1, which I didn't see happening, until this pullback happened. I didn't think that SPX 6900 was going to come below $1 until bull market was over. So definitely an opportunity here with SPX 6900. It's recovering. It got above $1, dropped back down to 98 cents. So definitely recovering a little bit. Pudgy Penguin's in the same situation. I like Pudgy Penguin. It's kind of in the same situation as SPX 6900, and so Pepe as well. Gonna launch my own token. Selbo, you launching your own token next year? All right, let's go. Launch it on base. I do think that base is going to make a major move here when it comes down to blockchains. I just don't think that Coinbase is going to sit back and allow everybody to pass it by. And Coinbase is coming out with its own token for the base chain, and I think that's what's going to send base to the absolute moon. Now, the token itself, will it do anything, for base? I mean, for Coinbase, probably not. You know what I mean? Probably, really not. It'll make them some money. But I just think that the hype around that particular token is going to bring more and more people over to the base chain. So I like what Coinbase is doing. They're putting their money behind their blockchain. And speaking of base, we got Airdrome, which holds about 75 to 80% of base's liquidity, sitting at $1.05 right now. You know, this thing got beat up too, man, over the past couple days, but definitely starting to recover a little bit. Dropped underneath $1 again. Two tokens, SPX 6900 and Airdrome. I didn't think that we would be talking about dropping underneath $1 until all this happened. But yeah, it is what it is. Great opportunity. So I love Airdrome. I think Airdrome is just scratching the surface on where it's headed. Just given the fact that it's holding that much liquidity for the base chain, it's just that's massive. That's massive. So from rags to riches. Okay. All right, Silva. I see you. Launch it up there, man. Let's go. Launch the token. Let's go. Let's see it. Let's launch it. Next year, let's launch it. But yeah, I definitely like where base is going right now. Like where the market is right now in general. But here's the key: as we fill in on the hour, right? We're all everybody's pumped up about the day, but if you look in and you start to drill in on the hour, you start to see some retracements in the market start to come in, and this is going to happen throughout the morning. We're going to be in a situation where this market's going to go up, this market's going to go down, this market's going to be manipulated throughout the whole morning based on how this meeting goes with the president and the Democrats, and whether or not these guys can strike a deal. I mean, you're going to see this market fluctuate on news today, not necessarily so much fundamentals. I know I'm a fundamental guy. I love to look at fundamentals. I love to say, you know, here's your support lines, here's your resistance lines. You know, we can expect this, we can expect that. Here's the levels that we're looking at. That's not how the market's going to trade today. The market is going to trade strictly on the news. And if the news coming out of that meeting is positive, you're going to see these markets take off. And then if the president comes out and says something that's not so positive, you're going to see these markets dunk, and we're going to go up, we're going to go down, we're going to go around. People are going to digest that. They're going to figure out what that means for them, and it's either going to, you know, go up or go down. It's going to be all over the place today, guys. So just be prepared for a market that is just very volatile today. Pepe sitting at 5092. It's holding, but you know, we'll see what happens with Pepe. As Ethereum comes down a little bit, you're going to see Pepe come down a little bit. It's just common sense there. So we'll see what happens with Pepe. Love Pepe. Hey, thanks for the hat, man. Love you over there on TikTok, man. Keep smashing that like button, man. Keep smashing the screen, guys. Share this thing out. Let's go ahead. Let's get moving. But you know, Pepe's going to go how Ethereum goes. The same way the rest of these altcoins are going to go as how Ethereum goes, guys. It's just how it is. But we're going to be all over the place today. That's why I'm telling you, have your dry powder on the side. Don't just. And if you're not comfortable trading in a market like this, sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. You know what I mean? If you're not experienced and you're not comfortable trading in a market like this, sometimes the best thing you could do for your bags, and the best thing you can do for yourself is nothing. Just sit back and chill out. You know what I mean? The market's going to shake itself out. The market's going to do what the market's going to do, based on the news that comes out and based on the situation that we're in. See, in when you're trading, whether it's stocks, whether it's crypto, whether it's Forex, it doesn't matter what it is. It's only going to do one or three things. It's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to go sideways. That's it. So you got to know kind of where you're at. And right now we're in an upward trend in the crypto market. Yes, the hour's not filling in that great right now, but we're still in an upward trend in crypto. So right now the market's going up, right? Hopefully, you know, today, throughout the day, we'll just be able to chop sideways, right? Because that's what you want in when the macro is volatile, you want to go sideways. You want to hold your ground until you can try to figure it out and wait for the market to go back up. So, and that's so if you're not experienced and you don't know what you're looking at and you're just a holder, if you're just a person that buys and holds crypto and waits for the bull run to happen, sells and leaves, just don't do anything. Don't do anything for until it gets figured out. You know what I mean? If you're experienced in this market, you know what you're looking at and you know what you can do. You may have some great opportunities today. You may have some very good opportunities today. Selma, I think Excellior is going to go live here pretty soon. I think that launch is going to go live here pretty soon. We'll see how that launch goes in this market. That I'm not a big proponent of launching anything in a volatile market. So we'll see how that launch goes. It's gonna be touchy. It's gonna be touchy in a market like this. Meme coins in general, even your big ones, even your pudgy penguins, your shibs, your Doge coins, your SPX 6900s, things like that are going to be very shaky in a market like this. They're posting the launch. They're postponing the launch. See, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that Excel. I'm not a proponent of people launching in a market like this. I'm not a proponent of that, right? I don't agree with that. But if you come out and you say that you're going to launch it, you got to launch it. You got to launch it. If you come out and say that you're going to launch it, you got to launch it. Even if it's in a down market, you got to launch it. Even though you know that you're launching in a down market, and I don't like launching in a down market, but if you promise your investors that you're launching in a down market, you got to launch it. You got to launch it. Like, it doesn't bring, to me that questions that I have a question about that. Like, you have a pre-sale, and this is me going out on a rant for a minute. You have a pre-sale, you say you're going to launch. You got to launch. The launch may not go your way. The launch may suck. But you got to launch. Because that's what people bought into. So you got to launch, So, I'm not a proponent of that. It doesn't another scam. It's I don't know. Like, you gotta do it, man. You gotta launch. Why are you not surprised? Ken, I mean, come on, man. If you have conviction in your project, you'll launch it anyways. Surprised. Heat, what's going on? Good morning, my brother. How are you, man? How is everything up there in the big CA, man? I just, I don't know. Like, if you got conviction in your project, you launch it. If you know what you have and you say that my project is going to move and my project is this and my project is that, and you have a pre-sale and you gain millions and millions and millions of dollars in your pre-sale, you launch your project. And I'm not fudding it. I'm just saying, like, a promise made has got to be a promise kept, especially in this game. if there's issues in the code already, then that already spells trouble, right? If there's issues in the code already, that already spells trouble. Almost says they're getting greedy. Yeah, I don't know. That's not a good look, man. That's just not a good look. So let's go ahead. Let's have a look at some of these. Let's go ahead and look at some of these charts over here. Let's look and see where the heck we are with some of these charts, man. I'm not gonna get caught up in that nonsense. That's just not a good look, man. We got SUI sitting over here at $3.23 right now. We are looking at the 4-hour charts. I had to double check myself looking at the 4-hour charts right now. Definitely this 4-hour candle is starting to get eaten up here to the downside. Extremely overbought situation over here on SUI. Well, not extremely, but going into an overbought situation over here on SUI. Looking at the plus 0.5 level right here. So definitely going into expect a little bit of a pullback. Just expect a little bit of a pullback. Every time you go into an overbought situation, you're always going to have a little bit of a pullback, and that's kind of what's going on right now. But man, does SUI ever make a good recovery over the past 48 hours, man? You look at the past 48 hours for SUI, and it's definitely been on an upward movement, an upward trajectory. So definitely love where SUI is right now. They're not answering any questions. Yeah, well, like I said, there's red flags there. Selma, we're all in the TG. It's just we just may be in the Telegram under a different name. But yeah, Sui's looking good here. I like where Sui is. If we can recover this 4-hour candle right here, I think Sui's gonna make a good move here. XRP, it's just holding, right? Like, I mean, you look at the upward movement here in a 4-hour on a 4-hour chart. Definitely getting into that overbought territory up here. Right now, it's sitting at a 0.27, somewhere up in there. 0.27, 0.5 is usually where you start to see a pullback. 0.5 is usually where you start to see a pullback when it gets to overbought. So definitely getting to close to that overbought territory, sitting at $2.85 right now. So we'll see what happens here. Chainlink made a nice recovery, man, and put a little video out about Chainlink here, but minting a 4-hour candle right here. It's hovering in the middle between going red and going green right now on this 4-hour. But here's a strictly overbought right here. You're sitting at 0.7 right now. This thing is definitely overbought, going up into that one scale on the RSI. So expect a little bit of a pullback here with Chainlink. I expect this thing to pull back just a tad bit because it's so overbought right now. And which absolutely makes sense for Chainlink to be overbought like that with the dip that it had. So definitely people are aping in. We talked a little bit about SPX 6900. It's sitting here. It's just chopping sideways in this 95 to $1 range right here, just chopping sideways. But you can see the fall. You can see the pullback. The whole market pulled back right here at the same time. So you can see the pullback. You can see the breakout right here. So definitely starting to try to gain some new support right here, just like everybody else. You look at Solana too. Like I said, when you're looking at this chart, crypto's only going to do one or two things. It's either going to go up, it's going to go sideways, or it's going to go down, right? And Solana did all of them. If you look at these channels, you're in an upward trending channel here. You were in a sideways moving channel at the top. You were in a downward channel coming right here. Now you're starting to build somewhat of an upward channel sitting at $206.92. Solana is again chopping sideways right here. trying to make a decision. Do we come back down and test this support line right here, right around 198? Do we come back down here and do we test this support line around 198, or do we make this move to the upside, right? Extremely overbought situation when it comes to Solana right now. So it doesn't surprise me that we're looking at a little bit of a 4-hour red candle. You look at this overbought, it's sitting at 0.61, and 0.5 is usually the time where it starts to turn. Is where it starts to turn a little bit. So you see the oscillator and the RSI, they're still pretty far apart, but definitely looks like they're trying to come. They may be coming together for that cross, for that next downward, that little bit of a downward movement. So Solana definitely could be moving down just a tad bit today, at least for a minute, until it can get to this, get away from that overbought situation. Ethereum. Oh, what a move Ethereum made, back above 4K, sitting at $4,099 right now. Damn, spit it out, man. Definitely doing well. Ethereum. This is the token right now that everybody needs to go on a rocket ship right here, is Ethereum. Ethereum needs to make a move. It needs to make a move to the upside, because this is what's going to send your alts, right? So until Ethereum makes this move right here, we're just going to be chopping sideways. Ethereum's got to make that move. Okay, so well, you crypto D. All right. Man, you guys are talking about that MMA. Ken said, "Don't trigger me about MMA." Oh my god, that was a rug, man. That was a rug, baby. That was a rug. We all got rugged. So yeah, Ethereum is the one. Ethereum's the one that's got to make this move, guys. But I've been telling you guys to watch out for AVAX as well. And here's AVAX sitting back here at $29.73. This thing had a nasty rip to the downside when the market came down. I mean, a nasty rip. It came down from $34 all the way down to, we're not even going to look at the wick down, 27. A nasty rip to the downside. Now you're starting to see, but here's my thing. If you're in these altcoins, sometimes the nastier the rip to the downside, the bigger the rip to the upside. Sometimes, if you're in a real legitimate project. So now you're looking at this thing going $29.75, right? So this thing's starting to get to the rip ski here on the upside. And this one's in a completely different situation than a lot of the other altcoins. You look at it, it's still sitting at a -3 on the RSI. So it's still in an oversold territory, right? So this thing has got a lot of room to move up to the upside. So because it's still in an oversold territory, right? Everything else looks like it's overbought. AVAX still looks like it's oversold here at $29.75. So this thing could still do a rip ski today, man. This thing could still do a nice little rip ski today. And you see people coming back into AVAX, man. AVAX is nothing to sleep on, man. It is nothing to sleep on. Ondo is just absolutely just chopping sideways. And it's in a way overbought territory. But man, this thing is just absolutely chopping sideways here at 87 cents. Man, institutional investors are they just have Ondo locked in to between 80 cents and $1. They just have this thing locked. they got to take the foot off their neck of Ando here in a minute. These institutional investors, they got to let this thing go. They got to let the people make money. But because right now, man, they got, it looks like that they have the majority of the supply, and it looks like they're playing with this thing. They did it with XRP, they did it with Chainlink, they did it with XLM. Now it looks like Ondo's the new token that BlackRock and all these guys they're just playing with this thing, man. It's just, come on, man, let this thing go, let this thing run. BTC came out of this downtrend right here, chopped sideways. Definitely positive momentum right here. We've got some nasty resistance that's got to come through at right around. Let's see here. It's got to hold this. It's got to hold this line right here. We call it 112,239. Got some nasty resistance right there. And if it can get above that, then we'll be doing something. We'll be putting some work in, but still, it's got some room to move right here because it's just sitting at the 0 level on the on the RSI. So definitely, it's in decision mode. It's in decision mode right now. We'll call Bitcoin decision mode right now. Does it go up? Does it go down? Or does it just continue to chop sideways? We're gonna find that out as the morning goes on. But definitely, sitting at 0 right now on the RSI on the 4 hour, definitely looks solid, man. Coming out of man, Bitcoin took a nasty. You look at that steep decline right there. That's a steep decline. So to dig your way out of that is pretty rough, man. That's a lot of digging, man. So, and it's doing it, and the and the whales just keep going. They just keep buying. Someone's going deep undercover. You ain't lying. So undercover, baby. So again, Pepe keeps knocking itself. It couldn't break this resistance line that it had right here at 40.95. It couldn't break it. If you look at it, just kept banging its head off of this resistance line. Now it's dropped down, and can it hold this line right here at 5091, 5091, call it 50919, 5092. Can it hold this line right here? Because if it can't, you know, there's not a lot between that and 5087, somewhere up in there. So it's got to hold this line right here. Pepe's got to hold the line. We'll see. You know, we'll see. Airdrome, love Airdrome. You guys know we talked about it. Definitely had that decline like everybody else. Chopped sideways for a little while. Took a move up on Saturday night, Sunday. Starting to put a red 4 hour candle in here, sitting at $1.05 right now. Definitely getting to that overbought territory. Airdrome starting to pull back. I'd like to see this thing pull back here to this oversold territory so that we can make this next move to the upside. But yeah, definitely high on Airdrome. XLM, love XLM, love where XLM's going. Sitting here at 36 cents right now. Again, same situation as a lot of these other tokens. Overbought. Everybody's aping back into XLM right now. And definitely had a nice move over the past 48 hours. Definitely a nice move to the upside. We'll see where it goes. It's trying to make a decision. World Liberty Fi, you know, they got some stuff going on that they announced over there. Sitting at 21 cents. This thing cannot get out of 22 cents. Again, World Liberty Fi cannot get out of 22 cents. I still have MMAI NFTs too. They're not worth nothing. They cost me $700. They're not worth nothing though. Someone says Tron is one to watch. I'm telling you now. I like Tron because it's hooked with TG, with Telegram. But when it comes to Tron, one of the things that I'm real skeptical about Tron. Oh, you said Tron, not Tone. I like Tron. I like Tron because Justin Sun. I don't think that Justin Sun is going to sit back and sleep on anything. I think that he has way too much money invested. He has way too much pride, and he has way too much connections. Way too many connections to let Tron just sit here. But if you notice, Tron is probably one of the most stable coins in the top 10. If you watch it, it'll build a new high and it'll kind of hold this thing right here. When the rest of the market's coming down, you see Tron is sitting at 33 cents right now. It hasn't really moved. Yeah, it dropped 3.9%, came right back up, gained that 33-cent mark, and is definitely sitting here in the green. It is 0% move on the hour. 0%. Nothing has happened over there. There's no other token on the board with a 0% move outside of a stable coin on the board right now. You either have a green move or you have a red move, right? Tron is literally sitting there with a 0% move. So Justin and his team are holding this floor, and they're holding it well. So I like Tron. I think Tron, and remember, Tron has a launch pad over there for meme tokens. I don't think that thing is dead yet. I just think it kind of is just sitting back, chilling, waiting for the market to turn around, waiting for the bull market really to kick in, and then they're going to kick that back in again, and they're going to get that volume moving over there again. I think Tron is far from dead. I think Tron is going to make a good move. I'm a Tron fan. I have been for a while. You know, I've been a Tron fan for a little while now. So hold on 1 second here. There's something going on over here. What the hell? You ever look at something and it just doesn't make sense? So yeah, but I like Justin Sun, and I think him and CZ are gonna have something going on here over there at Tron. They're really good friends, and that goes a long way when you're dealing with somebody like CZ. That goes a long way, because I think CZ is still going to come over and have something to do with BNB, and I think CZ's still running BNB, man. CZ's still running BNB, regardless of what anybody says. He's still running the show over there. But yeah, I like Tron. I like Tron a lot. It's a safe play. It really is. I mean, you hate to call things a really, really safe play, but I think that Tron is safe. It's about as safe as you're going to get. Where do we got Aster right now? Sitting at $1.87 right now. Starting to come down a little bit. Starting to come down just a little bit. But I like Aster. I put a video out about Aster on YouTube last night. I like Aster. I like the fact that if you hold the token and you hold a certain amount, you can get the rev share based off of the trading volume. And I also like the fact too that they're getting ready to come out with their own blockchain, because I think that's how they compete with Hyperliquid. Right? You got to have your own blockchain. I think that's how you compete with Hyperliquid right there. is and so I really like Aster where it is right now. I like what they're trying to do over there. I would like to see, much like I brought up in the video, I would like to see them guys get a little bit more on their spot, on their spot holdings. But I think they will. I think they just got to build the thing out. But the longs and shorts over there are good. The fact that you got tokenized stocks over there as well, I think are good. But I think, holding it, people always ask, what's the purpose of your token, right? Why do I want to hold your token? Well, after you're getting rev share off of that. So I really like that piece to that. And I think that more projects need to roll that out, is that rev share piece, and giving the holders a reason to hold on to their token, giving the holders a reason to say, I'm going to hold Aster. And you can also stake Aster away as well, which is a big deal. And you can still trade what you have staked for USDC and Aster as well. So I think that that's a big deal as well. So you're totally just not locking your tokens up and unable to use them. You can still use them while they're staked away, and gaining some possible liquidity for the blockchain that's coming. So I like what they're doing over there. I like what they have going on over there. I think that this thing has a potential to be an absolute monster, right? I don't call anything a monster until it becomes a monster, but this thing has the potential to be a monster, just for what it's doing. It's cross-chained, and that's one of the things that a lot of people want, is this thing being is things that are cross-chain. Like, and what I mean by cross-chain is you can have stuff in your BNB wallet, you can upload it to your Aster portfolio, and you can literally trade on Solana, you can trade on Arbitrum, you can trade on Ethereum, and you can trade on BNB, all with that same money. And one of the biggest issues in cryptocurrency right now is bridging, and this takes bridging out of the whole equation, because bridging is actually dangerous. Running your tokens through a bridge is probably one of the most dangerous things you can do in crypto, on a day-to-day, just because you're leaving yourself wide open in these bridges. So I like what you got going on. I like what Aster's got going on over there. Yo, I'm out too, Ken. Ken, thank you. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. We're going to get up out of here for the day, but I'll leave you guys with this. Pay attention. Keep 10 toes down to what happens today. Hourly starting to fill in a little bit green here, guys. So this is a good thing. This is a good thing. We're starting to fill in green a little bit. Market starting to make that turn, baby. But yeah, hit that like button. Yes, hit that like button. Hit that share button, guys. But the one thing I'll leave you guys with is keep 10 toes down on what happens over here with these government shutdown talks. They're about 37 hours away from a government shutdown here in the United States. And I'm telling you guys, if the government shuts down, protect your money. Nothing good happens out of a shutdown in these markets. Nothing good. Nothing good. You're not going to moon out of a shutdown. I don't care. Don't let anybody ever tell you that a shutdown is going to send the market. The shutdown will not send the market. The shutdowns will tank the market every single time. So be careful with your cash, guys. Be careful with your cash when it comes to the shutdown, and pay attention to what's going on. Don't get caught with your pants down. Don't sit here and go, oh my God, I wish I would have. If the government shuts down, and next thing you know, you're down 20%. You're like, oh, I wish I would have. No, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your bags. So with that, guys, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. We're up out of here. Q4 is right around the corner. We're making moves. Let's go. Let's make this money. Let's do this thing, and let's get up out of here. Peace.